Hey, Pete here for Studio Live today. Now, for some time, I've been in the market for a USB microphone that is going to be high enough quality for me to do live streams, for me to use here in the studio, but it's going to be portable enough for me to take on the go. And I think I may have found that in this little fella here. This is the Samson Meteor USB studio condenser microphone. So in this video, I'm going to take a look at the Samson Meteor and let you know if it's going to meet my expectations and whether it'd be worth you checking out if you're in the market for a USB microphone. So let's go. Now I'm going to do this one all at once. I was going to do this live, but then I realized that if I'm testing the audio quality of a microphone, a live stream with all of its compression is probably not going to be the right way to go. So instead, I'm recording this live to tape, so if there's any mistakes, you'll be able to see them and laugh at me along the way, but hopefully we'll just dive in and take a look at this now. So why would you want a USB microphone? Well, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'd know that I recommend, if you're getting serious about your microphones, you probably want an audio interface, something like a Steinberg UR12 or UR44 that I recommend, and then you want an XLR microphone. So I use, they're all over the place here, I use my MXL 550, I use a Samson CO1, so I'm a bit of a Samson fan from way back, and I use those through the interface. But what if you want something that just literally plugs into the USB port on your PC or your Mac, or that you can plug in using a Lightning to USB adapter? So this one, all we need to plug it in, and it's plugged in through one, so I'll grab my other one. This is my Lightning to USB 3 adapter, and what it's plugged in through at the moment is just my standard Lightning to USB camera kit adapter. These things are not super cheap, but they are super handy. So what you can do with these, and I've got videos which I will link up there and down there about how to do this, but you can actually connect up any USB device that's class compliant. So we're talking MIDI keyboards, we're talking microphones, we're talking literally computer keyboards. I've done that before in a video. So you can connect these up using this. And because this microphone doesn't require a lot of power, we don't need to worry about having USB hubs. We don't have to have battery packs. This is all being powered just by its USB. In fact, if we turn it around, you can see we've got our little blue light on there, which is our indicator, and that's going to flash red if we're peaking, and it's going to be on blue, meaning we're connected via USB. So we can use this in the camera app, as I'm doing right now. We can use it in any application here in iOS, or if you're running Android, you can connect it up via USB. I don't know how to do that because I never have. And obviously, if you've got a Mac or a PC, it's just a USB connection. It comes with its own micro or mini. I always get those confused connections, so you can connect it up to your PC or your Mac, and then it will just install and go. Even on my PC, I just plugged it in and it was ready to go. But the great thing is that if you record mobile, if you're doing Facebook Live, you're doing YouTube Live, you're doing streaming, you're making Skype calls, you just want good quality audio, this seems to, and again, I've only just started using it, but it seems to have everything that I need out of the box. And if you're in the market, it might be something good for you. So let's take a look around the Samson Meteor. So the first thing you'll notice is the striking design here, and we'll spin it around and I'll talk sort of sideways for a moment. So yes, it's a side address condenser microphone. On the front here, we have a volume control. Now this is the output volume, so there's no input gain. So one of the things with a USB microphone like this is that you can't control your input gain. So you do need to use your software, and because I'm using the camera app, yeah, I don't know exactly how this is coming through. We'll find out together afterwards when we check the audio quality. But in testing, it sounded pretty good as long as I wasn't getting up too close on the microphone, because like all condensers, it's very sensitive. So there's our output volume control there. There is a mute button there, which when we click makes that noise, which is not the best design for a mute button. You don't want a mute button that goes click, 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 click. If you're doing a live stream or you're doing a let's play, if you're a gamer and you're using this mic, you don't want to cough and go click, 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 because you might as well just hear the cough instead. Over on the back here, we have the headphone jack. Now this is super important, and one of the cool things about a USB microphone is that this has a 3.5mm headphone jack. So if you are rocking an iPhone 7 or 8 or X that doesn't have a 3.5mm jack, you grab yourself one of these, suddenly you've got your connection via USB and you've got your 3.5mm jack. And if you pair it up with something like this, the USB 3 Lightning adapter, then you've also got an additional Lightning port. So you can charge your device, you can have a standard 3.5mm jack for your headphones, and you can have a high quality USB studio condenser. And I just checked the price on Amazon, and these things are selling for about $70 at the moment US. So they're a pretty good, I'll just pop it back down there for a moment, they're a pretty good buy from what I can see. And I picked this up, what did I pay? $75. Sorry, here's my thing, $75 that I bought this secondhand. I buy a lot of my stuff from pawn shops and secondhand shops because, hey, it was in box, new in box, in great condition. And you know, one of the coolest thing is the velour velvety black pouch that this came with, which is very cool because I can put the microphone, but I can also throw in this in here. It fits in nicely, and then the USB cable as well. So everything's in this one pouch. It's all secure, and it goes into my kit bag, and then I'm ready to go on the go. So the quality, as I said, has been pretty good so far. The other thing I wanted to show you was that the fold-out design, as you can probably see there, these feet have little rubberized bottoms, so you're not going to get vibrations that you're going to pick up through your desk. It's not going to be too bad there. And these are adjustable, so it can adjust right up, but it can also adjust to tilt backwards. So if you've got it down on a desk like I do, it's pointing up, so I can talk over the top of it. I'm not going to pop my P's and get all that up close stuff, but I can actually still get a decent distance, but a decent volume and sound coming through, which is pretty cool. So as I said, it's a USB studio condenser. It's stainless steel, so really high quality finish and design. It's heavy, which is a good thing for a microphone. It means that there's some good quality components in there, and the sound quality, as I said, is really good. I've been very impressed by this so far. The other good thing that it has over and above using an interface is that it knows to put it all into one channel. If you've ever used an interface, like a 2-channel interface, sometimes your microphone will get pushed over to the left or the right, and you need to use software to mix it. Like it's a hassle. But for this, if you want good quality audio on the go, in your mobile device, or even on your Mac or your PC, this seems like a pretty good entry-level alternative to going nuts and buying all the kit and caboodle. But I know what you're thinking. That's great for spoken word, Pete, but how does it handle music? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have my guitar here standing by, and what I thought I would do is I'm going to finish this video by testing the sound quality. Now, I've done a test already, but I thought you might like to hear what this is like picking up an acoustic guitar and vocal performance. So I'm going to play a song from my new album. That's right, can't get away from some of that cross-promotion. So this is a song called Your Opinion, which is from my new album called Selfish Aware, which is available now wherever good and my streaming music is sold. So your Spotify's, your Apple Music's, your iTunes, your Google Plays. I even made a CD of it. I have it somewhere. Because I wanted to print one CD. So I'm like, I need to produce a CD because everything's digital these days. Anyway, I'm going to get a decent distance away from it because the condenser is going to pick it up the guitar quite a lot. So just to give you an idea of distance, there it is there. It's about halfway between myself and the screen, so probably a meter is the distance I'm going with, because the one thing I've realized is that with no input gain control, it picks up signal really clearly. So if I'm playing really loudly, you might hear a bit of clipping in some of those signals. However, if you're using something like GarageBand, all you need to do is dial down your input gain, and you'll find that the signal won't clip. You'll get a nice even gain without too much. So without further ado, thank you for hanging around, and I will play you out now with my song Your Opinion. Sorry to interrupt, but before we start the music, I just wanted to mention one more thing, and that was that the microphone was quite low down when I recorded this, which meant you get more guitar and not as much vocals. So the mixing would be better if you have it up a bit higher, and you can do that because this actually has a microphone stand attachment as well. So you can screw this onto a mic stand and get even better quality sound. So let's get back now to our regular programming. Everybody talks too much. They like to hear the sound of their own voice echoing across the room, and it don't mean much, and it's nothing more than your opinion. Everybody shouts out loud when there's emotion, but it doesn't mean a lot. Anybody listening, getting up on your high horse, and making sure we all know your opinion. You have the right to think whatever you want. You have the freedom to express, but there are consequences to everything, so don't look so shocked when I call you on your should it be something that I need to say. Let me explain it to you in one more way. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and that's some physics for your friends. have the right to feel whatever you want. You have the freedom to be a tool. But when I call you out on your BS, don't be surprised. Now it's time to quiet down. We're sick of listening to the same old clown, repeating what they said the last time round. I think we're done with your opinion. Already told us your opinion. There's consequences to your opinion. It might be wrong, but it's your opinion. Your opinion. Your opinion. Your opinion. Your opinion. Does anyone else close their eyes as much when they play guitar? Yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to mention before we go here is the monitoring that you can do. So I mentioned it has a headphone jack, which means that you can monitor. So doing multi-track recordings. If I wanted to record my guitar and then my vocal, I can do multi-tracking because I've got my headphones here that I can plug in all through one little mic. Anyway, I think it's pretty cool. If you've got comments, questions, suggestions, if you've used this, if you have other recommendations for USB microphones or how to use them, let us know in the comments down below and I will see you on the next video. Hey, thanks for sticking around. If you would like to see a video all about how I mixed, mastered and released this album, Selfish Aware, you can check out some of the links down below. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking on the Studio Live Today icon and head over to studiolivetoday.com for more audio goodness.